I'm gonna let y'all know just from the off the break. This video is gonna be all over the place because I'm gonna be talking about like random shit. So it's like very random. Look, there you go. All right. I often on this channel, you'll hear me say that I created this channel, Thoughts of a Skino Fly, for my random thoughts because I have millions of thoughts running through my head, and sometimes I just want to blurt them out, and it will look like I'm talking to myself, which I've seen people uh, look at me, and it's been like this since middle school. Or at least that's when I noticed it in middle school, where I will have like deep conversations with myself. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but I will have deep conversations with myself, and then I will look up, and then people are looking at me, and then instead of like asking what the fuck you looking at, I already know. I said, "Am I talking to myself out loud?" My bad, I do that. I don't even hide it. I don't find it embarrassing. It's just that I just do that. It's like if you ever watched Spider Man back in the '90s Spider Man, where it's just like it seems like Peter has a million thoughts running through his mind, and it seems like he never shuts up. That's how my head runs through, and that's one of the points of this channel, and it's also is public speaking. Now, I took a public speaking class before, if anybody wondering, and I passed it. Passed it with a B. And one thing the teacher did point out is how many times do we say like, or in my case, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes, and I hear myself like, and I'm doing it again. And usually when I talk about public speaking, I catch myself doing this. There are times where I can hear myself go like, you know what I'm saying. And I don't know if that's just a DC thing because I'm from Prince George's County, Maryland, and most of my slang comes from like the DC area. If anybody's from around here, they know that. Because I've seen Wale on the Breakfast Club do it too, and as our as prolific he is on the pen, you could tell when it comes to speaking regular, sounds like me. The likes or arms, you know what I'm saying, and all that other stuff. Even like hood dudes was like, even when hood dudes when they go out there and speak, you hear the likes and the ums and the pauses. But when I see someone like Stephen A. Smith, even when he is saying stuff off the top of the head, and I guess he used to have a stuttering problem too. You would never thought. Same thing with Steve Harvey, and Steve Harvey is a country bumpkin, but yet there's times where he has a voice like a preacher, and it's just like you're captivated by it. Honestly, and that's what I want to do. Sometimes, and I can hear myself. I'm nasally. It's like you can hear me, the mucus sometimes in my, especially during allergy season, the mucus just build up as I talk, and I hate it. And it's just like, oh God. But sometimes I will start a sentence and then just basically not finish it, and then go to a different. I want and like I made this show just to hear myself. It's like not that I like hearing myself talk. It's just that I sooner or later I'm going to, and I feel like this is me. I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to be in front of people, and I want to make sure all my stuff is together, all my ducks is in a row. And I can hear myself getting better because from where I'm started to where's now, I am very much better. But there are times where I do revert back, and I don't want to revert back. But there's times where I want to show I can really be articulate, and I can really just go through and get my thoughts out the way. Where I've taken like 2 or 3 takes, and y'all probably hear me say, "Nigga, this is like the fifth time I did this because I want to make sure I get it right." And this channel is all about making mistakes sometimes. Like I said, I just want sometimes I just want to get my thoughts out. You know what was going through my thoughts? Mariah Mills. Why was Mariah Mills going through my thoughts? Because I saw a video of her walking, and her and like it was a picture of her in these white see-through jeans, not even jeans, just see-through sweatpants, and then you get the side view of her ass, and where she's it's like her legs are very skinny, and you could tell the BBL is just BBLing. The BBL is just BBLing. And the first time I looked at Mariah Mills, I've always said that is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and I wish she was popping at a different time where you did not need all that BBL, all that enhancements, because I would want to see what she looked like before. She reminds me of Lacey Duval. If you don't know who Lacey Duval is a porn star, but she's one of the most beautiful porn stars that has ever graced porn, or even like one of like if you see her, if you ever seen Lacey Duval, in my opinion, I think she stops traffic, especially when she was in her prime. Prime Lacey Duval stops traffic. Now there was a time where even her, she got like I didn't mind the breast implants, but there was a time where she got the ass and all that other stuff, and like she looks unrecognizable now. She like I feel like she went too far. Um, but I, I was looking at, and she was doing one of her walking things where it's just like where you see the side view and the ass, and I think the point wasn't to look at the ass, but the one thing that was going through my head when I saw Mariah Mills is I want to shake, I want to grab your ass the way people shake hands. This is like like a stern handshake. I want to grab your ass like a stern handshake. And like Mariah Mills, if you like for some reason stumble onto this thing, I want to grab you, and I'm gonna tell one of these things. This is one of the times where I would leave it under. I would leave a comment like this under your post. Like I want to grab your hand, like how people shake hands in meetings. Like when I see you, I just want to grab your ass. It's just nice to meet you, and just grab it and like shake it like it, because that's what your ass reminds me. I don't like BBLs, but your BBL is just like a handshake. It's just like I want to grab it like a handshake. It's just bang, and it's just I don't know. I I don't know why. I don't know why. It's just like when I see her ass, it's just like I want to grab it like a handshake. It's just like nice to meet you. Hmm. It's like, oh, let's go talk about business. Like, that's what I want to see when I want to grab her ass. Like I told y'all, this shit will be all over the place. I told y'all. What do you? And then I'm because I'm always thinking, what do I want from this channel? And I don't know if I want to do it on this channel or my other channel, the Skeem Films, because one of the things I want to do and is like if I get big enough or when I get big enough, because I do, and I want to talk to the people and I want to hear your conversation. I want to sit there and listen to like what you got to say. I want to dedicate a day to where like I don't know the person, and I want them to just call me up Or I would say, yo, my hotline is open. Anything you want to talk about, you could just say it here. And I am here to listen to you. And I want to hear people vent their frustrations. Now, saying that, it's like, it's the same way of how people say even therapists probably needs a therapist and all that stuff. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a guru, but I do like hearing people talk. And yes, people's stories are interesting. Hell, like there's people that vent to me now, that they just vent their frustrations, and like I got someone that do that, and sometimes sometimes, and this is just me. Maybe it's just I gotta be in the mood. I tell people I'm listening to it, but sometimes when I'm not in the mood, I'm not in the mood. But there's times where I would sit there and I would let you vent your frustrations out because I feel like, hey, you just need to vent it out. People have come to me, and I've said this all the time. People have come to me and just vent their frustrations. They just vent their frustrations, and I don't say nothing. I just let them vent, and they get their story out. You get to know a little bit about them, and they usually feel better after that. And I'm happy for them because I feel like after a while you just listen to it. I like my father. I know like I used to like live with my father majority of my life. Like my father's been in my life majority of my life, and I know sometimes, and I know he misses this. I used to be someone he used to vent to. The last time I seen him, he dropped me off, and I miss this too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is like Luther Vandross's Dance with My Father again, and this is just like I like hearing my father talk his stories because I feel like he gets it out. I don't, and but this is just me. Like sometimes I just like hear him vent, and I know he feels better when he does it because because sometimes because at least I think I know where I get it from. Where he's just like he's talking about what's going on, or he sees what's wrong with the world and all the other troubles. And I want that, and it's just like I like hearing that. And then like part of me do I say this all the time. It's just like people just come to me and vent. I don't know if it's just like I have that lane where people just want to open these vent, and and I'm tell people all the time I'm not a therapist, but sometimes I'm just here if you want to like tell a story, and I want to do that for like that's the one thing I want to do is just like once a week if if this channel does well, I want to say, hey, today is a day where you tell me your story. You vent your frustration. If you want to vent your frustration out, call up and vent your frustration. If you want to just say a story, go ahead and say a story. I'm here. I'm here, and we listening. It's like and it's a no judgment zone. Even though I'm gonna listen to your story, and it's just like if you want my opinion, I'll give you my opinion. It was just like I tell you up front, I'm not a guru, but I'll give you my opinion. That's the one thing I do want from this channel. It's just like I want to hear people vent their frustration, and I don't care who it is. It's just like, no, could this shit backfire? I'm pretty sure this shit could backfire, but I feel like it could be great entertainment. It could be great. And like I feel like I'm one of these times I'm gonna get on the show. Why'd you let that nigga on the show? And I'm pretty sure it's just like, hey, not everybody's perfect. All right, some people, hey, some people just fucked up in the head, and I feel like I will get one of those stories where it's just like, wow, that man is fucked up in the head, and like I think one of those, I think it's going to happen one of these days. I do. I really do. Because when I tell you, people just, I don't know. It's just, like I said, I think I call it a gift and a curse, but I never stray away. There's sometimes I don't want to hear it, but there's times where I'm just like, go ahead, go off. Just go off. And the people and they'll do it. And you know what? And I say the same thing. I hope you feel better after you vented. And like, and a lot of people do. So I guess that's a good thing. But overall, I told you, like today is gonna be everywhere. And but that's what I really want for my channel. And like Mariah Mills, if I ever see, and I probably will say this up front and probably get slapped in the face. It's like when I see you, I want to grab your ass just like a man shakes another man's hand. It's like just nice to meet you. Get a good grip in, and just like nice to meet you. Oh man, this is and normally I'm not like that, but sometimes I don't know. Maybe sometimes a man just want to grab an ass, cause and maybe because I think I'm not the only one. Just sometimes you just want to grab as a man. You want to grab an ass. You see a nice ass and you just want to grab it. And it's like not out of disrespect. I think Patrice O'Neal had a bit about this, but it's just like it's not out of disrespect. It's not that I think you're a slut. It's just sometimes I just want to. You got an ass, and I just want to grab it, and that's just like, oh, this feels good. It's just like it's like there's. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like there is people that is just like there's women specific. Let me be more clear. Specifically, women that I've seen and I've walked, and I just go, I just want to grab your ass. It's just like it's one of these days. It's just like I'm just gonna say it's like no disrespect. I just want to grab your ass. Can I just grab your ass? Mm, that is nice, and then just walk away. But I think that's why they invented strip clubs. Honestly, I think that's why they invented strip clubs. But that's again, these are my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Till then, my name is Oskino Fly, and I'm out. Peace.